All right, and welcome back to The Lead Word. This is your host, Trey Dalbert, along with me, as always, Chad Bauman. Today is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. Chad, I'm running around like a lunatic, but how are you?
I'm good. I need a haircut. So that's why I got the poofball hat on today. I accidentally swallowed a bunch of fluoride because I just went to the dentist and had my teeth cleaned. So now I feel like I'm about to throw up. But other than that, we're doing okay.
I've thought about wearing the beanies for the shows because my hair sucks, but I don't feel like it works.
I need a haircut. That's the only reason why it's on right now. Interesting enough, and this ties into what we're going to be talking about today. I bought this hat because I saw Carson Wentz wearing it after they beat the Bills last year. Not last year, I guess 2 years ago now. So now, like, my whole wardrobe is fucked.
Yeah, so I think people could have probably guessed the topic for the show today, given what happens on the lead word. Chad, Carson Wentz has been traded to the Colts. I'm just going to hand the keys over. What do you got? Let's just hear the voice of Chad.
Well, first things first, I'm totally screwed because I have 3 Eagles jerseys right now. Well, 4 because I have 4. I have a Wentz jersey, an Ertz jersey, a Deshaun Jackson jersey that I got back in the day when he was first on the team, and now in a Goddard jersey. So I now have 3 jerseys that I can't fucking wear because Ertz is going to be gone soon too anyway. So like I feel like my whole life is just crumbling around me. I mean, as far as the trade is concerned, like if people are like complaining, like, "Oh, we didn't get enough for him," like what were you expecting? Like they got a first. Well, they got most likely it's going to be a first round pick. They got a second or a third round pick. I mean, I think Wentz is still top 10, maybe top 5 quarterback in the league. But after last season, the way that as bad as the entire team was, as bad as Wentz played, you weren't getting multiple first round picks for him. Like it was just never going to happen. Not with that contract. The fact that they even got 1 first round pick, which I know it's a conditional 2, but I feel like he's going to hit 70% of the snaps and make the playoffs, or he's going to hit the 75% mark. So I don't see any realm
Unless
of possibility
he gets hurt,
where that doesn't
hit it.
Right. I don't see any realm of possibility outside of him getting hurt. And to be honest with you, the injury prone narrative, that's just played out at this point because he got sacked 50 fucking times this year and he didn't get hurt. So you can't say he's injury prone. He probably would have been sacked 70 times if he didn't get benched.
Yeah, I don't get the injury prone stuff. But from an Eagles perspective, I just want to know what they're going to do at quarterback. Is their plan really to start Jalen Hurts?
So, I mean, there is talk about, they're going to draft a quarterback at 6. I mean, who are you going to take at 6, dude? Like, and I'm not like kind of like, and I'm not saying these guys in this draft, they're not going to be anything special, but I feel like after Trevor Lawrence, it's like, you're kind of just like throwing the darts at the dartboard and just hoping it sticks at that point.
I do really like Zach Wilson. I do really like Justin Fields, but I don't think either will be available at 6.
Well, no, I think I'm not saying I don't like them. What I'm saying is I'm not willing to invest in those guys because they're not the best guys in this draft as far as like talent, overall talent in this draft is concerned. I think it's Trevor Lawrence. Then it drops off. Those guys have potential to be good, but they're not really there yet. And I think the one, if there's going to be any quarterback there at 6, I think the guy that's going to be there is going to end up being, you just said his name, the Ohio State quarterback.
Fields.
Yeah, it's going to be Justin Fields.
I think Atlanta should take him, though.
But, well, here's my thing. Let's say Atlanta doesn't take him. You just took Jalen Hurts last year in the 2nd round. You already have great value, Justin Fields, on your team. Why are you going to – you're basically taking a pick to take a guy you already have on your fucking team.
I think Fields is significantly better than Hurts.
I think he definitely has better accuracy, but I think overall, and I do think Justin Fields is a better player. I don't feel like I don't think that what you're getting with Justin Fields is anything that you don't already have in Jalen Hurts.
That I will disagree with.
To take him at 6, I feel like is just a waste of a pick, because you basically took the great value brand last year in the second round.
I don't think Hurts can play. I think Fields could be very good. That's why I disagree. I think Philadelphia, my guess is that they take another quarterback in the second round. They just take 2 Jalen Hurtses in the second round. Because that seems to be the Howie Roseman way.
You know what I feel like would be like a really fucked up thing, and he could easily be there. He might be in there in the second, but he'll definitely be there late in the first. I feel like they would trade into the first round to take Trey Lance. I swear to God, I 100% could see that happening.
You trade one North Dakota State guy for another?
Pretty much. I could see them doing that. And they don't have a second round pick this year, I don't think. They have I think they have like 3 threes.
Why don't they have a 2?
It was from some trade or other, but I don't think they have a second rounder. If they have a second rounder, it's not theirs, I don't think.
Can we talk about their cap situation?
What cap?
How are they going to bury out of this hole? I've tried to do it online about 100 times. I can't figure out a way how they get under.
I don't either. I think so there's a lot of guys that they could get rid of. I think Alshon Jeffrey, if they get rid of him,
they already cut him.
Did they actually cut him? I heard it was projected.
They already cut him and Deshaun.
So I don't know if they actually cut Jeffrey yet.
I'm positive.
I think they announced that they were going to do it, but they're not going to actually cut him until the new league year starts, because that's when they save the most.
Either way, he's getting cut.
Right. I think if you cut Alshon, I think I'm not 100% certain. I think it saves like 10 million in cap.
No, can't.
Or no, you know what? 10 million might be his actual cap hit.
Probably.
I think it is. So I don't know how much it saves. It probably saves like 5 million.
I swear, I tried to do it. I don't know how they get under. Ertz can't be on the roster. It's impossible.
So the biggest, the 3 guys that they can cut right now that haven't already been cut, or well, I guess you can throw Alshon Jeffrey out of that because we know he's getting cut. But the other 3 guys are Malik Jackson, Dallas, not Dallas, Zach Ertz. If he's traded or cut, you save the same amount of cap either way. And then Marquise Goodwin, I think if they cut or get rid of all 3 of those guys, they save about $4 million. But they're
like 70 over.
No, they're over by like 40. They're 37 mil over right now. They'd be, if they didn't get rid of Carson, I think they'd be, well, no, because the Carson's, it's so weird. Like Carson, them trading Carson saved them like $100,000 in cap space. And it was funny because Dakota and Scott were arguing about it on Twitter.
I know.
And I'm like, Dakota, you don't know what you're talking about. Scott is right. It was weird. I was shocked. I was like, no, Scott's right. I was like, did I really just say Scott's right about something?
They're 37 over.
Yeah, I know they're 37 over because I just did the article on Eagles off-season needs, and what they need is they need cash. They need money. I don't know how they can save it. I don't know. Like you said, I don't think there's enough people that they can cut that will save them enough to even like sign their rookie draft picks. Like I don't know. Like I don't think they can sign anybody. They might not even be able to play next year because they're over. I don't even know the rules about this.
Can we take like a 30-second side tangent because he brought up Dakota? This guy is in the midst of writing an article saying his podcast is going to TikTok. Like, could you copy any more? What's with that, man?
Hey, shooter's going to shoot.
Anyway, how good do you think Wentz is going to be in Indianapolis?
I think he could be an MVP again.
I do too.
Like what is stopping him? I think, yeah, I mean, they have a running game, they have an offensive line. Their wide receivers are kind of but I mean, they can get better at wide receiver.
They need one more good wideout. And they have cap space. They actually have like 45 million in caps, I think.
And I don't know if he's still there, but Trey Burton was on the team last year. I still think Trey Burton's a good tight end. If they bring, I don't know if he's brought back. So, I mean, I see Wentz balling next year. I mean, damn, that's the fluoride. I could easily see Wentz 40 touchdowns next year.
Yeah, I do too.
It's I can't believe we're here right now. Like the fucking Carson Wentz has been traded because Howie Roseman managed to just like completely fuck the entire Eagles situation up.
Are you a little mad as an Eagles fan? Like you have to sit there at night and you're the team that ran Andy Reid out of town and now you ran Carson Wentz out of town. This shouldn't happen to like anybody. Like what? How did this happen, Chad?
Well, it's fucking Howie Roseman. And I don't know, maybe it's not all Howie Roseman, but they've been saying recently that one of the big reasons why they took Hurts last year,
quarterback factory.
But Jeffrey Lurie was like a big kind of like pushing for it as the team owner. I mean, I swear to God, if I ever see Howie Roseman or Jeffrey Lurie on the street, hands on sight. As an Eagles fan, it's my civic duty to fight those guys if I ever see them out and about in the world. If I was driving through Philadelphia and I saw Howie Roseman driving through Philadelphia, I would crash my car into him on principle alone.
Well, I have a special announcement for you, Chad. This week on That's Some Cheese, we have Brian Tan on, and he talks shit on your city of Philadelphia. So I'm curious to see what you're going to say when you listen back to it.
Well, first of all, fuck Brian. He's a Steelers fan, and they got fucking stomped by the Browns. So why don't you worry about your own house before you come into my house?
He said the only thing's good about Philadelphia, I'll try not to misremember. Boys to men, it's always sunny, cheesesteaks. He said one more thing.
I mean, I love Brian, but I mean, what's so good about this? What's so good about Pittsburgh? What?
I want to bring it up. Let's hear you talk shit about Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
The one good thing Pittsburgh used to have, steel, they don't even fucking do anymore. So what? What's good about Pittsburgh? Oh, they used our stadium for Batman Returns or whichever fucking one was that Bane was in. Cool. Your stadium got blown up. Who fucking cares? Philly is by far the better city.
Okay.
It's easy.
And I'm coming on Tandemonium later, so I'm going to make sure to bring that up.
Trey's just stirring the pot over here.
That's what I do.
Bridget, your thoughts on the city of Pittsburgh? I know you're from like up north or whatever.
She's from Boston. Boston's better than both of those cities.
Yeah, I'm from Boston. I don't really have a lot of comments on Pittsburgh. Don't really know.
I do have a special segment for the show later. I didn't quite prepare it, but I do have a special segment for the show for Bridget when we're about done.
Okay. Boston's not better than Philly. It's a smaller market. We literally fucking created America.
I don't know if it's a smaller market.
Literally, there would not be an America without Philadelphia. Boom. That's all the argument you need. Fuck Pittsburgh. Literally.
I don't know about smaller market.
No, it is. Philly behind New York and what's the one that fucking LeBron's in now? Los Angeles. They're the top two, and then Philly's number 3.
I'm posing this all to Tandemonium when I go on later. So I need all the ammo I can get, Chad. I'm just saying firing.
All the ammo you need. We fucking made America. You're welcome, Pittsburgh. Just saying. Where are you without us?
I do want to bring up because this story came out the other day. It was reported that Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson did not talk for 11 straight weeks during the middle of the season. Did you see that, Chad? Did you have any thoughts on that?
100% believe it. 100%. Because guess what? And it is thinking like it's not something I paid too much attention to during the course of the season, but then like now that report comes out, there was a lot of times where like Carson Wentz would go to the sideline, and normally you like see like the coaches come over to the quarterback and like, oh, what are you seeing out there? Let's get the notepad out and go over this shit. Never. No one ever went up. None of the coaches ever like sat with Carson on the sideline to go over the plays and shit like that. So I 100% believe that.
That's the thing I don't understand about the people that hate Carson Wentz. They're like, well, he was broken. In a league like the NFL where coaches get up at 5 a.m. to study film, if your coach is not speaking to the quarterback, you expect him to succeed?
And yeah, I mean, to be fair, I won't say that that's 100% Carson, because I mean,
I'm not saying it is or
Doug.
it isn't, but like you're expecting
like,
a team to succeed.
But I mean, I think it just speaks to how, and again, I've said this multiple times. I said this in my article that I wrote about the Eagles' offseason needs. They are not an organization. They are not organized. They are a disorganization. There's no organization. They are fundamentally fucked. And like you think about like, okay, the Texans, like they got like no picks. I think I would rather be the Texans GM than be the Eagles GM.
I said that Philadelphia would be 32nd for me.
Like everything with Philadelphia right now, like it's so fundamentally flawed. Like you can't not have guys talking to each other. You just can't have that. Like you can't not have players talking to each other, let alone the coaches not talking to these guys.
It's unbelievable.
And
I don't have the words.
But also too, and again, we're talking about Carson not talking to Doug for 10 straight weeks or whatever it was. Look at the difference between when Carson was playing quarterback versus when Jalen Hurts was playing quarterback. How different those offenses were. I've said this multiple times. When Carson was playing quarterback, they probably rolled him out of the pocket a total of maybe 5 times the entire season. They rolled Jalen Hurts out of the pocket 5 times the first time he was in the fucking game.
I honestly believe they were just like, screw it. We're just going to build the playbook around Jalen Hurts. Whatever happens to Wentz, whatever happens to him happens.
And another thing too is you look at their offense that they ran in 2017 when Carson, before he got hurt. It's a different offense than they ran after that. And in 2018, 2019, 2020, if you look at the offense versus 2017, Carson was under center a lot more. They didn't run the RPOs, and that's Carson was an MVP.
Well, the thing I don't understand is the Eagles don't run the ball anymore. Doug Peterson hates running the football with a passion. Hates it.
I don't know, man. It's just I think they took Jalen Hurts and they were like, hey, let's try to get this Wentz guy out of fucking town as soon as possible. I really think that was the plan. And that's why the offense changed after Hurts took over.
Where would you put Indianapolis among Super Bowl contenders? I have them third in the AFC behind Kansas City, Buffalo.
Honestly, I think I might say they're tied for second. I mean, I guess it really depends on the maturity of Buffalo's team, but I can honestly see Buffalo being the best team in the AFC next year, and then Kansas City and the Colts being tied for 2. But the only reason why I have Kansas City tied for 2 is because Patrick Mahomes is just so good. I think we saw in the Super Bowl, and yeah, they had some injuries on their offensive line, which should be a little bit better next year. But I mean, they got demolished by the Bucs. Like the only reason why they even scored the 9 points that they did was 100% Patrick Mahomes. But maybe it was just an off night. I don't know. But I would say I'd have Buffalo if they continue to mature, and then tied for 2, Colts and the Chiefs.
I like it. I think Wentz is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait for the year. You should be happy you have him in fantasy.
I have both the Colts quarterbacks in fantasy.
It worked out great for you.
Yeah, I've got Carson, and then if he does end up sucking or getting hurt, I have Jacob Eason. So
you're good.
I'm excited.
You're good. What else do we have on this trade? Because I finished prepping my Bridget segment. I did it on the fly.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have much else about the trade. Like I said, I think if you're saying that the Eagles didn't get enough for him, well, one, this is a situation that they fucking caused. You should not have to trade Carson Wentz. A player like Carson Wentz, that should be a guy that never leaves your fucking team. So this is 100% a situation that they caused. I guess the one thing that I do want to address is like one last thing with Carson is like people say that, oh, he's not mentally tough. That red flag, challenge that. First of all, this guy tore his ACL and his MCL, stayed in the game, and then threw a touchdown pass in 2017 against the Rams. Ever since he's been drafted, people have been saying about how much he fucking sucks and how it was a terrible pick. Ever since he's been drafted, his second year in the league, you build a statue of his fucking backup basically in his office. And then he breaks an NFL record. Yes, Carson Wentz has an NFL record. He's the only NFL quarterback in the history of the league to throw for more than 4,000 yards and not have a single receiver have more than 1,000-yard season. And that was 2019. His closest receiver only had like 500 yards, by the way. Only quarterback in the NFL history to do that. And people are still saying that they should have kept Nick Foles because Carson Wentz sucks. Like, it's not that Carson Wentz is mentally tough. It's that everyone has a fucking breaking point.
Yeah.
If I showed up to your fucking job at Amazon every goddamn day and told you how you're not packing shit right, I think eventually you'd fucking snap too. I don't think it's like Carson Wentz is just mentally tough. I think he just checked out. We talk about Aaron Rodgers under Mike McCarthy just being like, fuck it, I don't really even care anymore. I think that's what was Carson.
Yeah. I said like, the same thing on I said the same thing on the That's Some Cheese episode that's coming out. There's a lot of times I don't feel loved and I just shut it down.
Fuck it. I'm not the only reason, but I'm one of the reasons why you get your first Super Bowl. Because again, the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl without home field advantage.
They don't win the first playoff game.
If they have to go to Atlanta,
they lose.
You're telling me in Atlanta, Julio Jones is dropping the ball in the end zone? In Atlanta.
They lose by 15 in Atlanta.
And maybe they do beat Atlanta. You're telling me they're going into Minnesota after the Minnesota Miracle and beating that team?
Nope.
Not going to happen. So Carson Wentz wins them a Super Bowl, or at least he has a big hand in it. I mean, whatever happens after that, then you're taking the guy's replacement like right in front of him. Like, how do you do that?
I don't think people understand how difficult the job was that he did in 2019. People can say whatever they want, but the team that he got to win a division, that team was brutal. Boston Scott was like their best player. Was not drafted by the organization.
By the way, there should have been 2 more wins on that team because he had two touchdown passes that he threw that season, and they were dropped by the wide receivers.
That team was brutal.
Nelson Aguilar catches a pass. They win the game against Atlanta. And then who was it? I think it was J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He catches a pass against Detroit. They win that game.
Greg Ward was their number 1 receiver that year. Without question.
Yeah, and I think he had 500 yards that season, and he didn't play until like week 8.
The last thing on this, the injury prone thing cracks me up. I don't get he's not mobile or the injury prone thing. Do people understand that he's faster than Dak Prescott? His 40 times.
He had 5 rushing touchdowns last year.
His 40 times better than Dak Prescott's. He's more athletic. He ran a 4.7. He's not slow.
Well, also too, like I said, he had 5 rushing touchdowns last year. 1 was a QB sneak from the 1-yard line.
In 11 games, right?
Right. So 1 was a QB sneak from the 1-yard line. The other 4 were from like 5 yards or further. So he can run the ball.
He's not immobile. And the injury prone thing is just laughable.
Look,
so what?
Like I said, I said this earlier. He got sacked 50 times last year, and he didn't get hurt. So I don't think you can say
he's only been hurt twice. It was once with the ACL, which happens, and the second one was a dirty hit by Clowney, which he should have been.
Well, so you're
right. That was the other time he got hurt.
So I guess technically 3. So there was the ACL, and then he had the back injury after the ACL in 2018. But I think the back injury, I think they said it was more because he, I guess they rushed him back.
Yeah.
So it caused stress on his back. So that's what hurt his back, was rushing back to play. And then the year after that, 2019, yes, he had the concussion in the playoffs. But I mean, I don't consider concussions like part of like being injury prone. Like,
no, he got jammed in the head on a dirty hit.
The hit was borderline. Like, yes, you could have maybe called him
like knocked him out of the game. Anybody's getting hurt there.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, he got sacked 50 times last season, and he didn't get hurt. Most sacked quarterback in the NFL. So if he didn't get hurt last year, I don't think he's going to get hurt. Like I don't think you can say he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. In case you hadn't heard, your favorite Renegade Sports Media Group has its own Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media to support our efforts to continuously bring you sports, gaming, and other media coverage as only we can. We've got 4 different membership tiers. For $3 a month, we'll give you a simple thank you on our Patreon site. For $6 a month, you get a thank you, and you get to become a recruit in Jackson Law's Vendetta University Gaming Series. For $10 a month, you get everything from the previous tiers, a special thank you at the end of our videos, free access to our upcoming Discord chat, and a free koozie after 4 months. And then the big dog, $50 a month, gets you everything from the previous tiers, as well as opportunities for Fantasy League invites, stream gaming, possible invites to mock NFL and NBA draft sessions, a once-a-month Google Hangout, and after 4 months, a free t-shirt. Yeah! Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media and help us to improve our pledge to bring you the best sports, gaming, and other media coverage.
All right. We forgot to do the break again. Sorry, Bridget. Just find a place to add that.
Okay, yeah.
Chad, can I do my Bridget segment?
Yes.
So Jackson had a line last week in Tandemonium. He said 12 rounds. And I just love it, Chad. Chad, how good is that name? 12 rounds.
Is it? I feel like it's already the name of something, is it not?
It's her last name. It's Bridget Rounds. 12 rounds. Now that's fine. No,
it is, but I'm saying, like, isn't 12 rounds already like the name of something like legit? Like
I don't know.
Like,
I have no idea.
If it's not, it should be. If it's not, it should be.
It should be. So I came up with 12 random questions to ask Bridget to do 12 rounds.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I swear they're easy questions.
Okay.
Just so we can get Bridget involved. All right.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
It's very basic, but it's pink, but it's like a light pink.
Okay.
So it's not, yeah.
One A, like a salmon?
No, like a light, like, I don't know, like a light pink.
Okay. Favorite food?
Pasta.
Oh.
So, I know. I'm basic. What can I say?
I'm a fake Italian. I don't even like pasta that much. Favorite restaurant in Boston?
Oh, that's a good one.
I did this all while I was talking to Chad.
Buttermilk and bourbon.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna try it.
It's good, yeah.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show. That's a good one too. I think I have to say Grey's Anatomy, and that's so basic too. But I watched it all. It's good.
What's your favorite thing about University of Rhode Island?
I think my favorite thing is, I would say, the parties, but
No, that counts.
That's not going on anymore. So, but it was for a while.
All right. Celebrity crush.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Favorite dessert.
Ice cream or tiramisu.
Whatever question number A option. What flavor ice cream?
Yeah.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough's good.
Yeah.
Chad, I had a Shamrock Shake today.
Those are
They
out.
fucking suck.
I love Shamrock Shakes.
There's a reason why Shamrock Shakes aren't a year-round thing. They suck.
No, they don't.
They have to make them seasonal, otherwise no one would ever fucking buy one.
I knew I'd get you riled up. I love them. All right, favorite vacation spot.
Florida.
Chad,
I've been there a bunch of times.
Chad, how bad was our Florida trip?
It wasn't fun, but it wasn't not fun.
I hated that
I saw
trip.
a manatee. Were you there when we saw the manatee?
Cool.
When we were running over the bridge?
I don't think I saw
Yeah,
that.
there was a manatee.
I hated that
It
trip.
was kind of cool.
I went to Jamaica last year for spring break, and that was amazing. So I'm changing my answer. Jamaica.
Okay.
The tournament was terrible, but
Oh my god.
honestly, well, that Florida trip, that's when me and you became friends, Trey.
Yeah, but
So it wasn't all bad.
yeah, but that was maybe the worst trip I've ever been on.
Like,
we
just
were
think
running
about
at 6 a.m. every day, just for no
Right,
reason.
well, like I said, that part sucked. But think about it. If Racich doesn't room me, you, and Donaldson together, like I could have been in a room with fucking Bill Rick, and then we're never friends. Think about it. There's no website. There's no podcast. There's no nothing.
Bill Rick followed
Maybe
me the
there's-
other day.
Maybe there's a website. I don't know.
Bill Rick followed me the other day. I'll have to tell him he's still your best friend.
I saw his like Instagram, but I didn't like follow him or anything. We used to be friends on Facebook. We're not anymore.
Favorite season, like spring, winter, summer, fall.
Spring and fall. Those are my two favorite.
What's your favorite like fashion brand? Like
Fashion brand.
yeah.
I don't know. Like what do you mean? Like fashion brand? Like store?
Like, you like Nikes or you like Victoria's Secret or
okay.
American Eagle? I don't know. I'm not good with this stuff. I need to step up my fashion game, Chad.
I need to too. All I wear is sweatshirts and oversized t-shirts at the moment. So that's pretty bad. But that's like American Eagle or like PacSun.
So that was a bad question.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite holiday.
Favorite holiday? Christmas. I love Christmas.
All right, last one. Favorite movie.
Oh, Good Will Hunting. That's my favorite movie. That's
Really?
such a good movie. Yeah.
Okay. So that was 12 rounds.
Redemption. Okay.
That was 12 rounds. So Chad, you're in charge of 12 rounds next episode.
I would just like to point out that like
gosh.
Trey's questions, like whenever he's like kind of like interviewing people, they're like the same questions all the time.
First of all,
Those 12 questions are the same questions you asked me when I was on that cheese.
First of all, I came up with these while I was talking to you about Carson Wentz. I was multitasking.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying like you're very predictable when it comes to your interviews.
Thanks. Well, I think about the same things. I think about food and vacation and sports.
Okay. Anything else, Trey? Like that
No.
you want to mention?
No, we needed to get Bridget involved, and I love Jackson's idea of 12 rounds.
That was
All
good.
right,
I
well-
liked it. Put me on the spot a little bit, but
Yeah.
Bridget, any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say about 12 rounds that maybe hasn't already been said, or your thoughts and opinions on Carson Wentz? If you want to tell us how much the city of Pittsburgh sucks, that works too.
I don't think it sucks. I don't know enough about it, but yeah, I'm sorry if my answers are basic. I am a very basic person, so.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh no, I'm not a big fan of those.
Okay, you're good.
So.
You're safe.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So well that should wrap us up. Don't forget to go to our Patreon and do the subscribes or whatever I still don't know exactly what you do on Patreon, but do whatever you do there. Follow us on Twitter, Vendetta_media. You can follow Trey at Trey Daubert. Follow me at Lowfooted. You can also look at our Instagram page. What else? Like us on Facebook. If you're watching this video on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn notifications on. That way, when we post new videos and such, you'll know. Other than that, thanks for giving us a watch. We'll see you next week.